Hi guys, how are you doing? It's been a while since I made a video, but a couple of weeks ago I went and saw a really awesome musical called Once, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it. You may actually already be familiar with it because it's based on a film which I hadn't seen before I saw the show, and I still haven't seen it. And from what I've heard, the show is quite different to the film. But anyway, before I say anything else about it, I'm just going to say that I absolutely love the show. It was incredibly beautiful. So a little bit about the show. The show is based in Dublin, Ireland, which I think is one of the reasons why I loved it so much. Because you may know that I'm a big fan of Ireland and Irish people and the Irish accent in general. So that was a good start. The two main characters in the show are called Guy and Girl, which I think is really, really cool in itself. Because they don't have actual names, so in a way they represent any guy or any girl who falls in love. Yes, it's a love story, essentially. It's about an Irish guy who is a busker of some sort, and the show starts with him kind of playing his guitar, singing a love song, doing his thing, and as he's about to leave, he's packing his stuff to leave, a girl approaches him. This girl, who is Czech, basically goes up to him and tells him that she really enjoyed his song, and asks him if he could sing a few more of his songs for her. Then that leads to all sorts of other questions, and some personal questions actually, which the guy is a bit reluctant to answer at first. But the girl's charm and enthusiasm somehow makes the guy like her slowly but surely. The girl then asks the guy if he could fix her Hoover for her, and then from then on, they build a relationship together. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but I think you can kind of tell where this is going. But at the same time, it's not a typical love story. It's not like, oh, girl and guy fall in love and they live happily ever after. It's definitely not like that. But the show itself is focused on love and music, I think. Music plays a big part in this show. All the actors on stage are actor musicians who play their own instruments. And I think that's definitely one of the reasons why the show is so special and why it had such a big impact on me. Now, the songs aren't typical show tunes that you would expect from everyday musicals. The score for this is definitely not typical. The music is very, very specific. So I think, you do have to have some kind of interest in this sort of music, which is it's like Irish music, traditional Irish music, guitar-based music. I don't really know how to describe it properly, but if you just listen to one of the songs, then you can kind of have an idea of whether or not you like that kind of stuff. Like I said, I personally adored the music. I thought every single song in the show was absolutely beautiful. Obviously, some of them were better and catchier than the others. For example, Falling Slowly, which is a song that they actually sing twice in the show, was probably my favourite. It is insanely beautiful. It's sung beautifully by Guy, and it's just amazing melodies, wonderful lyrics, so touching. Also, there's not any massive scene changes, the set doesn't really change. The way they make it go from scene to scene is that between each scene, the ensemble go on stage and do a little fun Irish dance and song, which is so much fun to watch. I actually really enjoyed those short, up-tempo, fun, very traditional Irish songs that happen between scene changes. And you could tell that the ensemble were having lots of fun on stage as well. And it was really clever the way they did their song, and then just before the scene was about to happen, they went exactly where they had to go for the next scene. So it was choreographed really well. Even though the choreography is very, very subtle, it was done very, very cleverly. Now, I didn't mention the names of the actors, so I'm going to do that now because they were both really, really good. Guy is played by Declan Bennett, who is absolutely amazing. He was so believable as an Irish heartbroken busker. His voice was stunning. I could listen to him all day. And he was just really, really good. You really felt for him throughout the show. Girl is played by Zrinka Kvitezik, I think. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But she was also incredible. She has quite a lot of witty lines throughout the show, especially in that one when she first meets Guy. And I think that's another point about the show. It is actually quite funny as well. It's not just a sad love story. There are some funny moments. And it's all to do with the script being great. I thought the chemistry between these two was wonderful. It was just a joy watching them together on stage. So yeah, overall I really, really loved it. I don't really have much else to say, but it was a beautiful show. Not something that everyone's going to enjoy, like I said, because of how specific it is and how unique the music is in a way, because if you don't like that kind of music, then there's little chance you're going to enjoy the show because all the songs in the show are kind of similar type. And it's also very simple, yet beautiful. And that's what makes it amazing, because there's not much flashy things going on stage or big dance numbers or anything. It's just a simple, honest love story, told with beautiful melodies as its background music, and it's just very difficult to not be touched by it. There's a pub on stage, and I think that's one of the reasons why it makes it feel more real. Because you literally feel like you're just there in a pub talking to your friends. You feel like the actors on stage are your friends. You really, really care about them. And the characters are very real. They're very honest. Guy and girl could have been any guy or girl. And that, I think, makes you connect with them in a way that's very personal and doesn't happen with any other show. You really feel cosy watching the show. At least that's how I felt. It doesn't even feel like you're watching a musical. It's It's an amazing experience actually. Also, speaking about the bar, before the show, audience members were allowed to go on stage and actually go and order a drink from the bar on stage, which I thought was a brilliant idea. It just made it feel even more real and intimate and fun. Me and my friend arrived slightly late, not late, but like not early enough to be able to go on stage before the show. But we did manage to get on stage in the interval and go to the bar, and it was just so much fun, really. Although I'd have preferred to have gone before the show, because before the show, some of the other actors were on stage as well, singing along and playing on their guitars and ukuleles and stuff. But during the interval, it was just people going up to get a drink, so I think to get the best experience, you should probably go before the show starting. Overall though, like I said, I really enjoyed the show. It's very, very touching, very heartwarming, and I really want to go and see it again as soon as I can. But like I said, it's not going to be to everyone's taste, so if you don't like that kind of music, if you don't like Irish kind of guitar-based music, then just don't go. And if you don't like simple yet effective musical theatre, then also don't go. But to everyone else, you should definitely give the show a chance, because it is just stunning. And I really hope it does well, because it hasn't really done too much advertising and marketing so far. So I'm a bit worried that it might not sell well. Although the night when I was there, it was pretty full, so hopefully it'll be good. But yeah, that's all for today. I'm really sorry I haven't made many video reviews for a while. I've been busy. I haven't actually, but I just finished my course, so I'll hopefully be doing more. Although I'm going to Disneyland Paris tomorrow, not tomorrow, Wednesday, on Thursday, so I'm going to be busy again for a few days. But after that, I'm going to be posting more regularly, hopefully, because I've seen quite a lot of shows recently. I just need to make videos about them. Sorry, I'm speaking too much now. Thanks for watching, and bye.
I love the Irish.